My name is Hana Humaira AZIT. My metric number is X6478. Today, I will be the first presenter for the topic The Evolution of Media. I will start with the introduction. The evolution of media has been an ongoing process that has shaped and influenced our society in various ways. It is a complex matter that includes different stages from the tribal age to the information age. Each age represented a significant shift in how information was created, processed, and disseminated. The end goal of media evolution is to guarantee that the media is impartial, truthful, and educational, and that it has a positive rather than a negative or harmful impact on society. It is mentioned by Knoll 2007. According to McLuhan, who is famed for proclaiming that the medium is the message, each media has specific properties that impact how we perceive with the world and interact with other people, is stated by McLuhan on 1964. The evolution of media has five processes, started with the tribal age. It is the earliest and most basic form of human communication dates back. It is distinguished by a hunter-gatherer culture in which people relied on verbal exchange to pass information from one person to another. Next presenter is JAWAI and MAURICE X7169 will continue explain about that. Move forward to the age of literacy. The age of literacy marks the second significant shift in human communication. It began with the development of writing systems in ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Mesopotamia, and China. It will be explained more by Florence DIVYA Anak Perempuan PRATHABAN X6459. We proceed with the print age. The print age began with the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century. This period saw the mass production of printed materials such as books, newspapers, and magazines. This will be continued with further explanation on this process by EMELEY on X6422. Next is the electronic age, or the age of mass media is the period that began in the late 19th and early 20th centuries with the invention of telegraph, telephone, radio, and television. The electronic age will be presented more by DILLON ANAK 9 Lastly, about the information age. The information age is the current period marked by the proliferation of digital communication technologies such as the internet, social media, smartphones, and other mobile devices. I will be continuing to elaborate more about this era at the end.
Hello everyone, my name is JAWAI Anak MAURICE, student metric number card 87169. So, for today's presentation, I'll be talking about the evolution of media. As you guys know, there are 5 processes of the evolution of media, but for my part, I'll be explaining the first part of the evolution of media, which is called the tribal age. So, have you guys ever wondered, or have you guys have any thoughts of how do people back in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, or even in the ancient times, to communicate with each other, to spread news or stories among their friends, families, communities, and societies? Right, so for my part, the first evolution of media is tribal age. Tribal age is primarily characterized by the predominance of oral communication. So what does he mean by predominance of oral communication? Predominance of oral communication is simply known as the face-to-face interaction between humans in real life. So, since technology had not yet been developed back then, prehistoric humans relied on face-to-face interaction and primarily used their hearing, which is senses, to communicate. After all, according to McLuhan 1969, the predominant mode of communication was speech, an oral civilization defined by a strong auditory sense of life. During this time, humans primarily communicated through sound. They developed an oral language from yells, grunts, mouth clicks, and even hoots. Since information during that time can only be transmitted orally. People remain with their tribes or remain with their community or neighborhood rather than being cut off from their network of contact. So what does it mean by being cut off from their network of contact? What I meant here is that humans back then can communicate orally every day and they will meet their friends in their daily lives. This is because they do not want to miss any news or stories that has happened in their daily life so that their life will keep updated, right? Nevertheless, this interconnection has sped up the dissemination of information and given rise to new forms of tribalism and identity politics as people gather in online community around shared ideas and worldviews. So, that's the end for my part, the first evolution of media. Thank you, and moving on, I'll be passing this to Florence.
Hello everyone, my name is Florence Divya, daughter of PRATHABAN, metric number 86459. I will be the third presenter for the topic Age of Literacy. This next stage of media evolution is what we call the Age of Literacy. This was the time that the phonetic alphabet was invented. Unlike in tribal age, the literate age uses the eyes and it became the prominent organ used in this period. The phonetic alphabet was a turning point that marked the transition from the tribal age to the age of literacy. The invention of phonetic alphabet was great help for the people at that time. And McLuhan claimed that this invention fostered the sudden emergence. It brought about a shift from reliance on oral traditions to embracing written expression. This advancement led to the quick development of academic fields like mathematics, physics, and philosophy. With the phonetic alphabet, individuals were empowered to think independently and acquire knowledge through the transformative journey of learning to read and write. Literacy surpassed oral tradition, fostering independence and personal growth by enabling the exchange of knowledge. The people who lived in this period communicate through writing. In this period, people became independent thinkers through learning how to read. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emily Ng and my matriculation number is at 6422. There are 5 epochs in the evolution of media, as we are all aware, and I will discuss the third epoch, or the print age. It highlights visual print in this era of print. The dominant sense in the Gutenberg galaxy is the eye, while individualism and science are given prominence by the era of rational thought. McLuhan also stated in the Gutenberg galaxy that the most significant feature of movable type was its capacity to repeatedly generate identical written content and a press run of 100,000 copies of understanding media demonstrate that he was correct. Therefore, this is when the first printing press was created. During this time, it also led to a global growth in graphical dependency as well as the transition of yearly written communication to technological printing. Using a printing press that transfers written content or phrases onto parchment or another medium for printing makes writing considerably simpler. Standardizing national languages throughout the print age led to the emergence of nationalism throughout the world as well as the first signs of the Industrial Revolution. McLuhan referred to the printing revolution as the precursor of the Industrial Revolution since it showed that mass manufacture of identical goods. In McLuhan's view, the invention of printing was the greatest advancement in linguistic literacy and maintenance of sight. It was around this time that printed books was were first made available. Various individuals around the globe have access to identical written content, material, or information, even though knowledge via the written word no longer stayed in the control of certain individuals. It denied the medieval man and made room for the modern man. The advent of the portable book brought about a new visual strength. It made books portable, enabling readers to read privately away from prying eyes. These books were intended to be kept in libraries, which also provided individuals with the opportunity to distance themselves from one another and their immediate surroundings. All from me then, I will now turn over control of the presentation subject matter to the following subject.
Hello, my name is DILLON and my magic number is 83670. And today I want to talk about electronic age in the evolution of media. Alright. Electronic age followed the print age and emphasized on fast communication. Next is transistor invention in this era led to transistor radio, electronic devices and early computers. Transistor invention has revolutionized the field of electronics and enabled the development of various devices. One notable outcome was the transistor radio, which allowed people to access news, music, and entertainment on the go. These portable and affordable devices expanded the reach of communication and entertainment to a wider audience. Next is the improved long-distance communication in electronic age. The electronic age has witnessed significant improvement. Radio and television, both enabled by electronic technology, have played a crucial role in making communication widely accessible. This medium provides a platform for broadcasting news, entertainment, and advertising to a larger audience. The ability to communicate over long distance became more effective and can connecting people across regions and even continents. Next is advertising on this platform gain advantages with a captive audience. The accessibility and captive audience offered by radio and technology make advertising particularly advantageous. Advertiser could leverage this media platform to reach a substantial number of potential customers. By broadcasting advertisement to a captive audience, companies could effectively promote their product or service and generate greater awareness and sales. The electronic age, catalyzed by the invention of transistor, have brought about a revolution in media and communication. From transistor radio to electronic devices and the widespread availability of radio and television, this era has enabled quick and effective communication over long distance while offering opportunities for advertising to a large and captive audience. That's it from me. Thank you.
Welcome back to me. Now, I will elaborate more about the last process, which is the information age. The information age has other synonyms. It can be called as the computer age, digital age, and new media age. As I have mentioned before in the introduction, the information age is the current period marked by the proliferation of digital communication technologies such as the internet, social media, smartphones, and other mobile devices. This was followed by the invention of the telegraph, which allowed for faster communication over longer distance. In the 20th century, radio and television broadcasting revolutionized the way information was disseminated, and the internet has further transformed the media landscape. In recent times, the internet has fundamentally altered the way media is created, distributed, and consumed. The rise of the internet has led to the emergence of social media platforms, which have become a central part of the process for the information age. It shows that information is the essential foundation of modern human society. That is why there are so many devices has been created. Like what have been stated by Tucci in 2023, its roots may be traced back to the revolutionary writings of early thinkers who unlocked the limitless possibilities of binary digit encoding and transmission of information. I want to highlight about the early thinkers who unlocked the limitless possibilities of binary digit encoding and transmission of information. This is the reason why there are so many new technology created, as in this information age people want to get to know everything without any limit. The 24-hour news cycle, social media, and other digital platforms have created a constant flow of information that is available at our fingertips. It's suitable with what has Ducci 2023 referring this revolutionary structures power allowed communication across numerous media channels to attain unprecedented accuracy, enabling error-free transmission and unlimited knowledge sharing on a never before seen scale. The information age has brought about significant changes to the process for obtaining and disseminating information, with traditional media being replaced by digital media. That's all from me. Thank you.